Hey everybody, welcome. Today is Monday, the 12th of February, and this is the Leaders League. We still have a couple people coming in, but I'm super grateful. Most of us are here right at the beginning, right on time. Wait, it's almost like you're a whole bunch of leaders or something. Am I right? And last week we had a wonderful presentation. Steve Patterson shared a lot of what he was doing. Regretfully, we did not get that recording. But we talked about, again, this group is about those of us who, have a couple qualifiers. We use Nowsite and we want to build a platform, a marketplace, a group of opportunities for a target market that we want to serve. And we don't all have the same target market. Some of us have similar target markets. It's all good because we are here out of, well, let me just say, love, as well as desire to see other people succeed. And so today, the Blakester is here for the first time. Welcome. It's great to see you. And because you're brand new here, I'll give you just a minute to say something about yourself, and then we'll move on to the rest of what we're doing today.
All right. Well, way to put me on the spot.
Yeah, just like that. Because we're leaders, we do that.
Well, my name is Robert Blakely, but I'm known online as the Blakester. I got that nickname from being 5 years in the military as a make shit happen kind of soldier. Pretty much when my NCOs would come to me and ask me to do something, it was already done, So I was a person that could see into the future and just got shit done. So that was coined by one of my leaders that was in the military and it just stuck with me ever since. That was back in 1990. Beyond that, I've done 20 years of direct marketing, meaning that I was that guy that would go knock on your door. And believe it or not, yeah, you couldn't tell me no. 100% closing ratio, direct marketing. And I've just done all kinds of things, but I've been training people how to do sales and speak and communication since I was 16. I'm 54 going on 27 now. So you do the math. And that's a little bit about me. I love helping people. I love the aha moments that people get once they come to like one of my trainings or start learning from me. It's a nice way to break down things so that anybody can understand it.
Right. Thank you. And, we hope that you'll see value in what we're doing here, that you'll continue to pop in. We welcome people to join us and check us out. If you do, you will get to know the rest of us as well. Our passions, all of us have been in Nowsite at least for some period of time, some of us for a very long time. Who has the records? Is it Steve or me for who's been in longest?
I think you do, Leanne.
I do? Okay.
I think you're
So,
like a couple of months longer than I am.
okay. And Lisa was minutes behind me because she's one of the first people I
Yeah.
brought into Nowsite. So last week we had a wonderful discussion of all the different things that we want to do. We want to encourage, we want to inspire, we want to do updates. We do not do any training in here. However, if we want to offer a training, we might be able to either incorporate it in here or set up a different type of opportunity. Certainly, we can invite each other to trainings that we're doing outside, paid trainings, however you want to do it, that I want to do. Did everybody see that we have a Telegram group, that is there?
Yep.
10 people are in it currently. And then I also did put together the website for this group. Everybody see that? So we have a website. The website has the recordings. If you haven't seen it, just send a note in the chat. Maybe somebody else can put it in there for me. That would be great. But it's pretty simple. It's called Joy Minder Leaders League with dashes between all the words. .now.site. Let's make that easy. The recordings will go on there. I am changing up how the recordings go on because I found that embedding the recordings, especially when it gets to be 20, 30 recordings, gets to be a really, really dog slow site. So I'm just putting links now that take you out to a YouTube recording. So these do go public. These are not private. I'm of the mindset that what we share and how the more that we are generous, the more that we can grow and, um, that we will build it ourselves up as well, that we can be generous. There is no loss when we share what we know. If you're with me, then we're in the right place. But why don't we do just, so today we're going to do a hot seat. Diana Parker last week said she has some questions. She wants to put her thing together. We're going to spend 10, maybe 15 minutes on that. Update from Now Club. I'll do that right now. We had the opportunity to see some pretty amazing stuff coming down the line with Eric AI and, Justin AI. I won't really go into any further with that. I'm sure they want to do their own thing and share it, but it was pretty cool. Robert Blakester and Steve Patterson and I are all part of Now Club. Would you agree that that was pretty off the hook?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty cool. The other big announcement, though, that we can talk about is that they are unleashing something that's going to benefit all of us that have Nowsite, especially since I believe everybody here has had Nowsite since before December. They are launching the 3-6-10 program, which to my understanding, and again, they can change all this. This is just kind of hearsay still, but we already have the 3 for free at the $29 My AI level. If somebody has a $99 marketing AI, they get a $29 credit, so on and so forth. But now if they share 6 times, they can get My AI credit, $99 credit. And if they share 10 times, they can get unlimited AI for free. So unlimited AI volume credit, which is pretty cool. Anybody here excited to, get their own platform for free? Yeah, me. What we don't know, I don't know if maybe somebody else is more clear on this, is it sharing My AI 10 times or do you have to share unlimited AI 10 times? Any clarity on from anybody?
No, I wasn't clear on that either,
Yeah,
LeAnn.
okay. We'll find out, and we'll find out soon. This is in process. They do plan to say something more about this Thursday. They asked us not to print this online. Do not put this directly into like a chat or an offer until they do give us the specifics. And so although this is now recorded, the likelihood that anybody outside our group is going to see it is really minimal. And there's no link. There's no promotion yet. It's coming though. So if you're excited about that, yay, give a thumbs up or put a 7 in the chat or something like that. Yeah. So I think that's the two biggest updates as far as that goes. Anybody, either Steve or Robert, either of you hear something more from Now Club that I'm not saying that I forgot?
Not off the top of my head, but the way that I understand it. And again, he was pretty vague. It could be 10 My AIs, the way that
Right.
I understood it.
Yeah, I really think it
You just
might
have to
be.
have the value out of that. So if you have 10 people that are paying $29 a month, then that should cover your 149 if you're at that level.
That's what that's what I hope. And because, at that level, it's 10 more people, it's $290 more per month. And it's software. It actually doesn't cost them to give these away for quote unquote free or not much.
Something that just popped up into my head though. I don't know if you want to mention the ability to potentially get your own AI.
Yeah, that is also coming. That Justin's been Jason. Wow, where did that come from? Has been talking for a long time about leaders being able to create their own AI. Last week, I do know that they were out in Las Vegas. That's where Justin was recording his AI, and I suspect there were a couple of other leaders out there doing the same thing. In fact, they
There
said so.
was. There
And
was.
so, but they did say that they are going to open up that opportunity.
I
People
know
in,
Kwan and sorry, my
yeah,
apologies, didn't mean to step on you. I know Kwan and Laura were there.
yeah, I figured that they were at least the two that would have been, and I didn't know if anybody else, but they did say that it will be opened. They're going to first open it to people in Nowsite that have a really big following, a relatively large level 1. And then, and being part of Now Club will also give us earlier potential access. So not saying, not telling anybody to join Now Club, but there are perks and advantages to being part of that organization as well. Okay, so that's announcements. Let's just take a minute and then we're going to jump into the hot seat. If anybody wants to share just one highlight, one quick, like really quick story of a way that they shared Nowsite this past week or that they found a new client, let's share a little bit of win here.
Mary's got her hand up.
Yeah, go for it, Mary. Just talk. Just jump in.
Um, well, I actually had a question. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a question. I'm sorry, I'm in the car. I was trying to get it situated so I could see, but my question is, what is Now Club?
So Now Club, great question, is on Fridays. It's at 10:30 to 11:30 Central Time. So 11:30 to 12:30 yours time Eastern. And it's where you pay to be a member. But basically there's about what on average 40 to 60 of us there. And we do get kind of insights. We also get asked questions by Justin and Cheryl and Adrian. Sometimes they release, upcoming thoughts and things that they're doing. Not always. And they often do ask us, they poll us as to like, what do we think of things? And in many ways, it's a reverse engineering. They're asking us, and at the same time, they're kind of training us as to what they want us to share with our organizations. It tends to be the leaders and Nowsite that are there. And a lot of leaders in Nowsite are not there either. So
Okay.
it goes both ways. It's not a requirement.
I'd say,
Thank you.
most of us are been, most of the people on Now Club been here for at least, 4 years in the program, or maybe a little bit longer, from the beginning. But most of us are what Justin refers to us as super users.
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand the program, how to use it, how to sell it. Most of us have extensive downlines that we, really embrace the affiliate marketing aspect of this program when it was available and really
Mhm.
out on that. So because of that, we have a lot of commonality, but we also understand what sells and what doesn't. And since effectively for 6 years, we were their sales force. And so
Okay.
they were bouncing it off us to figure out what needed to be done, what was important, what wasn't.
Yep. So I'll share a win on that note. I think that answered your question, right, Mary?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll share a win. I went to a large networking meeting this past Wednesday. There were about 300 people there. It was the 5th anniversary of an in-person networking group here in Minneapolis. It was really fun. Yeah, I kind of walked in and immediately saw people I knew and LeAnn and high fives. And I'm like, oh, these are my people. Because it really was a collection of mostly solopreneurs and very small micro business type owners. And I just realized how much I love that crew. One of the people that I ended up sitting near during the presentation has flitted in and out of Nowsite a couple of times. And he sells HubSpot. So he's really big on HubSpot, which I used to have. I understand it well. It's just a very expensive product, especially for small entrepreneurs, which is why I thought Nowsite would be another thing he could offer when HubSpot's just too much for people. And he saw me and he's like, we need to talk. The next morning, he was on my calendar and we met and he re-upped his Nowsite account. And, he just said, yeah, what we're doing with the social media and so forth is just, it's way beyond what HubSpot is doing. And HubSpot can be, I mean, granted, they now have a $29 availability account, but I spent over $900 a month at one point. Yeah, when I say it's expensive, I mean it's a mortgage payment. I mean, maybe not anymore, but it's an old mortgage payment. Um, for those of us that are 54, right, Blakester? So yeah, my first mortgage payment was $1,100. This was almost as much. It's more than our truck payment, right? So I think that it was great to have him come back in. And then I had another market leader who said, okay, I need to get more serious with it. I had two other people actually that said, look, I need to get more serious. I need to share this. So huge blessings that people are now coming back into Nowsite, I think, seeing the value of what we're doing. So we just need to keep getting back out there and go back to the people who have dropped and remind them what we have and what we now have. Show them what we now have in Nowsite. Any comments or thoughts or other wins before we go into the hot seat? Okay, well, there we go. If you do think of wins, jot them down. This would be the place to share them because one person's win can inspire somebody else to think, you know what, I know a person just like that. I should reach out to them. And all I want is for all of us to win. So
I was searching. Am I vibrating?
yes, can you
Mhm.
disconnect one of your audios? Are you in here twice? Yeah, you are. So
Um,
disconnect one of your audios. You want to, because they're apparently both working now.
Okay.
And then we are
So
going to.
I was looking for, was looking for my mute button there for a second, but yes, I got a call from my son and his wife this weekend. And they have come up with a little business thing that they can do together and also get their kids involved with as well. And my son wanted to know how to use Nowsite. I got them both on the free trial. Neither one of them opened it up. Tomorrow I meet with my son who is a chef. He recently his contract with one of his businesses, one of his clients ended, and he's going to be growing his online business. And then my son and daughter-in-law, they called about doing a business together, and then having their children, to keep their children busy, having their children illustrate books and write stories. So the kids are going to be writing stories. They're going to be doing that, and they're going to use Nowsite to promote. So I meet with both of them. I meet with my oldest tomorrow, and I'll be meeting with my youngest, who's got the kids, on Saturday, and getting them started.
Great. Congratulations.
Yeah,
It's so
so
fun to
that's
work with family.
exciting.
I'm also starting a business for my husband. We using Nowsite. So we're getting it
Excellent.
for his personality. So let's, Diana, you said last week, as we're transitioning to the hot seat. So how this will work is Diana's going to very quickly share a target market that she wants to develop her marketplace platform for, and also what specific things she currently has in mind for that marketplace. We're going to try to do that in a minute or so.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
after that, we're going to kind of open it up to people asking questions or giving ideas to her for a few minutes. Fair?
Okay, thank you, LeAnn.
Yeah.
So yes, as I mentioned last week, I have a small nonprofit, kind of a startup. It's been about a little over a year, and they are now moving towards social media. They have several positions of volunteer positions available. They want to know what tools, what resources are available to help them utilize. Can you all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Yep,
Okay.
we're just spotlighting
Okay,
you so we can see you.
utilizing, just a second, I'm distracting me. Oh, what tools and resources that they can use. Right now, I have something called CorpNet. CorpNet is a resource that provides basically legal paperwork, all the administrative paperwork for small corporations, large corporations, nonprofits, etc. I offer that. I offer grants and extensive grant, I should say, a library from all over the world. And then the Nowsite, there are a couple of other tools for marketing, but what they need are tools for donations, PR, veteran resources, and events, and ministerial counseling. So that's kind of extensive. Ministerial counseling, possibly tools, so, events, PR, veteran resources, and volunteers and donations.
Okay, great. And donations. I'm putting this in the chat. So what I hear you saying, Diana, is that you currently have CourtNet, some sort of a grant library that they can access. You
Mhm.
offer Nowsite, and then you mentioned other marketing tools. Can you be more specific on what other marketing tools you're offering?
The other marketing tools, I just did a search. I found a couple others. And no, unfortunately, I did not write them down. I have them, they are in my phone, but the others, oh gosh,
And how have
no,
you,
I can't right
so
now.
far, have you organized these into a website or any kind of a platform yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Anybody have suggestions or questions for Diana to help her?
I got a few that just popped all up in my brain here. First off, being a military veteran, what I would do is, let me go to my notes here. I would reach out to any VA, like Veterans Associations that are local. I would also reach out to any local flags across America. And also, I would consider collaborating with other nonprofits that are similar to what I'm providing. On that note, my question would be to dig deeper into who qualifies the most for those grants so that you could do what's
Mhm.
kind of called digging deep into your niche to find who your exact avatars are so that you know exactly who your marketing tool. That's a big thing. But by your events, whenever you're doing those events, that's the big recommendation is going to VA or local flags across America, and then also collaborating with those nonprofits because they will help you get that word out. I can say this, if you can go and create the offer so that it's a win-win situation, so that it benefits both them and yourself, it's very difficult for them to say no. So
Okay,
that's my few little thoughts there. I trust that helps.
okay. And one of the things I failed to say, is that what's with this specific client, I'm interested in, of course, formulating, putting together something that is transferable to all nonprofits, but with this particular client, that it is for homeless. It is for the homeless.
So you have a
That's even,
particular nonprofit that's focused on homelessness, you're saying?
Yes, it's focused on homelessness. That's correct.
is that homelessness for veterans or is it
It
homelessness in general?
it is inclusive. I'm at Fort Liberty, in the Fort Liberty area, Fort Bragg.
Okay.
So we have a large, of course, huge military population,
Right.
and a lot of the clientele, a lot of the people we are helping here are homeless. I mean, are veterans,
Okay.
and those that are also helping the others as well, the volunteers that would be helping.
The only thing about that is, right, is that as a veteran, again, I know that if I have an issue being homeless, which I almost was at one point in time, there's people that I can call through the Veterans Administration. Not that they act quick enough, so I think that that's great that you're doing that. I would
Mhm.
accentuate what I just told you into your advertising or your marketing. Say, yes, you can call the VA, but how quick are they going to get back to you? Especially in a homeless situation. Again, mentioning that I was almost there. And it
Yes,
seemed like I couldn't get the help that I wanted or needed right then and there. So kudos
right.
to you. Accentuate that exact thing.
Okay, thank you. That's
The only
excellent.
thing that
That is,
saved me, quite honestly, was that I qualified for this house. That's literally the only thing that saved me. but the Veterans Administration didn't get back to me. Heck, I think it was 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks, you know?
Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's what they do. They provide a lot of temporary, they'll put them in hotels, and they've got, several options that are available. I'm preparing a couple of rooms right now to add support. So it's
Okay.
I'm in the house by myself, so I've got space. Okay,
Good. Thank you. Anybody
that's
else
great.
have a question or suggestion for her? We're just going to wrap this up in the next couple minutes.
I do, Leanne. Diana, when I was going through some of this stuff with my dad and we were working somebody suggested that we could go to the American Foreign Legion, and they
Yeah.
actually have representatives there that help be a liaison to the VA, because oftentimes it's difficult for us to get into or through the VA, but those folks put together resources and gave us a resource pack. So you would be a resource and they would disseminate that information for you. So trying to get, when you get your website up with all the links and the resources that you have on there, letting the folks know that are kind of that liaison between the veteran themselves and the VA, because it takes months and months. In my experience, kind of like what the Blakester was talking about, it's been months and months working through that process, and in the meantime, my dad passed. So being able to get that into the hands of the people that are disseminating it, they're the ones that are in contact with the VA. So another veteran said, you got to go to the American Foreign Legion. There's people there that will help you. So check out the VFWs, the American Foreign Legions, and see, they usually have a representative that works with veterans. And so I would try to get a hold of those. There's usually 2 per location. At least that's what it is here in Florida. And then make sure that they have a way of reaching out to you, connecting you to the folks that need you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Quick
Thank
question.
you.
Have you checked 211? You can also
Yeah.
you can dial 211 or go to 211.org, and there
Yeah.
are a plethora of resources there. Mhm.
Yes, I have. I've been able to do that. And that is those resources. And I guess one of the things that I want to reiterate is that these are maybe I didn't mention it. They, as a startup nonprofit, they are filling volunteer positions, and what they are looking for, they're basically looking for tools and software that may replace actual volunteers. I don't think that I expressed that well enough to everyone. So is there a tool that, say, helps with events, that's putting more clarity to it, that an event maybe building tool, or a tool for donations, where they can maybe plug in information rather than having a person work on that full time. Maybe have a couple of strong volunteers, administratively strong volunteers, who can use 3 or 4 different tools to cover some of the duties of a volunteer, or
So I'm
2
going to
or
throw this
3.
out into the chat. This is a website they just launched 2 weekends ago, and they're very local to Minnesota right now, but they do see a way that they can use software to enhance the ability for people to make a donation of any amount, almost like donate. Like if you have something, I've got this speaker, let's say it's worth at least $20, right? I could donate the speaker. Somebody else could trade for something that's a little more valuable, and they create a ladder of trade all the way up to a certain level. And they get to the top level, they sell the item. The nonprofit makes some of the money, and then the organization takes the rest to be able to keep doing it. So check out that. Like I said, it's not national yet. They have a long way to go, in my opinion. But actually, anybody,
Great concept.
I know, isn't it cool? It's kind of
Yeah.
like Barter Kings. It is. And it's a lot like Craigslist as well. Like you can actually go on Red Ladder now and look for stuff like, hey, I need a new whatever. See if it's on there and see if you have something that you can trade to get it. So there's actually no money exchanged at all
Mm,
until the point that they actually sell something. And
Okay.
it's pretty cool. So I've been sharing that locally, because whoever donates the item gets to choose the nonprofit that they want the ladder to go to. So if
Okay.
you put the initial offering out there, like I saw somebody that said, "Hey, where can I donate this couch?" And I'm like, boom, that's a nice starting point for a ladder. And then she could
Mhm.
literally pick, she's from our church. So I was like, she could pick our youth group as the beneficiary if she wants to. So kind
So
of fun.
good.
All right.
Thank
So
you. Thank you, everyone.
yeah, and make sure that you get the chat from this meeting because I typed a lot of the things into here as well.
Okay.
So save the chat for this meeting too. And of course we have the recording. Any final things? Anybody? For Mary or for Diana? I said Mary. Cool. Well, thank you. I think that was fun.
Amazing. Thank you.
And so each week, I think, if we take a part of our meeting and it doesn't have to be exactly what Diana has, it can be whatever. If you have a question that you think this group could pour into you and give you ideas, or maybe you have a website and you're like, I need some ideas. I need, what do you think of this? What should I change? I think we can do that. Pick a person each week to do that. So just get in touch with me and we can schedule those out over time. We only meet once a week. And like we said last week, we're not trying to make this into anything more. The only requirement being show up as much as you can, participate, and have Nowsite and have this type of a platform. We're not going to require that you read any other books, but if you're reading a great book, share it. If you if people want to read a book together, get together and do it. But we're not going to mandate that for anybody here. We're all busy business owners and we need to make our own decisions as to what's going to serve our businesses best. Right? So that in mind, often leaders are readers. And readers are leaders. Anybody reading anything good you want to share? We had a couple of great shares last week. And I did record them on that makeup recording. I am still finishing the referral of a lifetime. The second edition does include a bunch of social media suggestions. And as I go through revamping Joyminder into what I want it to be, I just really see the referral of a lifetime process being one that I want to follow. I love the 3,000 people I know on my the 2,000 people that are in my phone, the 3,000 people that are on LinkedIn, the 2,000 people that are on Facebook. And why wouldn't I continue to reconnect with those people? And not even, everybody wants to talk about, well, only, dig down and only go after those people. But everybody, it's all relationship. They may not be your target market, but if you do it right, and you serve them where they are, they will want to promote you as well and promote your business. So you have to serve them first. They have to know what you do, and you have to remind them occasionally that you want to do it. Make sense? That's what I got. Did I talk about I know I talked about whitelisting before. Lisa's got a book she's holding up.
I do. I just grabbed this book. I'm part of another Monday through Friday entrepreneur networking group. And one of the gentlemen in there is from the United Kingdom, and he's worked, he runs the Tony Robbins events in the United Kingdom. And he put together this book. It's called 52 Life Lessons to Live By. You can be proud or you can be rich. And it's kind of how his mentor taught him that you need to get out of your own way. And so each day is a life lesson. But what's interesting about this is when you purchase the book, it's $10 on Amazon, and you can join his AI mastermind group. So he teaches massive AI programs, classes, trainings on Wednesdays at noon. And so there's no other fees. You just buy the book, and all the proceeds get donated to, I can't remember who it was I was looking in here, but he takes none of the money for himself. It all is donated to a cause that I found to be respectful. So You could be proud, you could be rich. If you want to learn more about AI, his name is Peter Swain. And he also, in the book, it tells you how to join the mastermind group on Wednesdays if you want to learn about how people around the world are using AI.
And I've met Peter Swain. He's a gem. He is
Is he
amazing.
awesome?
I have had the chance to work with him. He looked at helping out with Win Win Women a couple of years ago.
Oh, I
Very
didn't know.
generous, very like-minded in terms of all this. So yay. Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. Thank you, Lisa. Put the name in the chat if you would, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Anybody else? Did I share
Oh.
my update website, by the
Go
way?
on.
Go ahead.
Blake's
Yes,
got-
go, Blakester, what you got?
So this is one that I started reading. It's only $10 on Amazon. Going back to what I had said originally, it's all about communication, right? And understanding our words have power and or doesn't have power, right? So this is called the UCC connection. I think that if you want to be smarter, it's very important for us to understand what the uniform commercial code is. I think that it's very important for us to understand the verbiage. I think that it's a great beginner book for you to understand, like, what is maritime law, what is jurisdiction, what is common law, all these things that they hide from us to keep us dumbed down. Let's put it that way. It's called the UCC Connection. How to free yourself from legal tyranny.
Okay, yeah, please put that in the chat as well. That would be great. Thank you. And again, if people are like, hey, I want to read that with, just reach out to the other members here and say, hey, I'm going to read that now. Or, if somebody has already read it, now you're going to read it. I mean, set up a 15, read it and then set up a 15, 30-minute conversation. Both of you will get more out of it. You just do, one person reads a book, another person reads a book, you share what you learn, you always gain more. Agreed? I'm going to share this because the recording last week didn't work. This I put together as again, along the lines of the book I mentioned, which I'm just forgetting right now. Regular communication with your people. How do you communicate what's going on? I put together this Joyminder updates concept where this would be the page. The email would go out and it would be very short, 150 words, like boom, or maybe a picture that says, hey, this week or this month in Joyminder updates, boom, 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 boom. And if they click on the photo, they come over to here. So because nobody wants long emails these days. But if they see a bullet point that they could get value from, then they click the link to come over and check out, what they can do. So this is just a very rough template that I put together. And then I do have my whitelist, how to whitelist an email site up and functioning. I've got the automated email ready to go. So I will be using this to reach out to my people and just say, hey, here's a tool you can use for free. But if they want to buy it, if they want to use it, it is something that I could, that I could also sell. So it's looking at, win-win. They can use the information all they want. If they want to actually replicate the website and they don't want to do it themselves, I will sell it. All of you,
Lead magnet.
feel free to replicate it. You can. So what was that comment?
I said it's a good lead magnet.
It's a great lead magnet. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done to create it. So if you like the idea, go check it out. If you want to recreate it yourself, great. But it's one of the tools that I want to put together for sale in the mind of becoming profitable, more profitable, instead of giving away everything for free.
Yeah.
Anything else, anybody? Go ahead. I didn't even pause on that one, but I know we're getting towards the end. The last thing I wanted to ask though is, and you can put these in the chat, upcoming events, things that you know that you're offering, something that maybe we could share for you or that we could attend with you coming up this coming week or month. I'm fine with it. Go ahead and put that in the chat or speak it. And these again, I'd like to be able to put on our website, so I'll try to get that. If you have a link, please put that in the chat as well.
I have a share.
Yeah.
I am going to be the speaker for the Zig Ziglar morning devotion on next week, Monday.
Next week, Monday. What time is
Yes.
that?
It's at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. I'll have to send you the link.
Okay, yeah.
I'm in the car, so
8:30 Eastern next Monday.
that's AM.
Mary
AM.
is the speaker. Yeah.
Right, AM.
Yeah. So, okay. So Zig
And
Ziglar's
so
8:30
Zig Ziglar,
a.m. Eastern next
that's
Monday. Mary is the speaker. Yay.
correct. And so the topic is the power of 3 powerful words become the power of 3. That's my topic.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so if you have put together any graphic or a link for that where people
Okay.
register to know more, use the Nowsite, maybe.
Yes.
Get those to me so that we can put that on the group. And I'm totally down with you all using the Joyminder chat. There's only 10 of us. Let's not go crazy. Like we don't have to all say yes, yes, yes to everything. I'm trying not to ask questions, in other words, too much. But if you have something you want to share in that chat, I'm open to that at this point. I think that would be helpful for everybody.
Thank you.
So yay, congratulations, Mary. That's a big, big deal. I know Charla, who had to leave,
Yes.
she is also going to be a Zig Ziglar speaker, but she was not able to get a spot until like November. So
Yes, it's usually a year out when you get on the calendar.
yeah.
So,
Cool. So yeah, 8:30. And how long does the meeting go for?
it's 30 minutes. You can start coming on about 7:15 for open chat. They may open it a little earlier, but it's from 7. I'll be speaking from 7:30 to 8.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we may, I think at least I plan to be there. That'll be amazing. I'll put it in my chat.
Yes. All right. Also, I'd like to share. Well, let me get that information before I share that. Let me make sure it's okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, and again, use the Telegram chat, please. At least check it once or twice a week. I mean, you don't have to check it every hour of every day, but it's not going to be that busy. But if we
You'll be
put
so
stuff,
proud. I actually turned my notifications on.
you what? You turn them off or
On. Yeah.
on for that
Yeah, I
chat?
turned them on.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna have to do the same thing. I know that drill, Steve.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. But I don't know. How do we keep track of people if we don't keep track of people? If we don't respond to them. Lisa? Oh, I thought you were saying something.
Hey,
No.
Leanne, I
Yeah.
would like to mention for anybody that's interested, this Sunday I hold a 2-hour free workshop on sales psychology. It's kind of the ins, the outs, and stuff. And then I move into a paid boot camp. The cost is normally $147, but I have a coupon code for anybody that's in Nowsite to save them $50. If you like, come to the workshop, kind of see what I'm all about, and the stuff that you can learn, and then at the end of that workshop, then that's when I normally pitch the boot camp. The boot camp is 5 days. It goes Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streamed into the Facebook group in case anybody needs it. But it's a one-time ticket with a revolving door. So if you need to come back next month, the month after, so on and so forth, you only had to pay once for it. So people kind of love that about it.
Yeah. And I actually attended it in November with the Blakester and Brett Sipe, who was part of that with him. So honoring Brett and all that he contributed to that. I thought it was great information. I appreciated being there. So
Yeah, that was just a workshop.
right. So all good.
Yeah,
Right.
the boot camp itself, in essence, it's 1 week where teach you the college equivalent of marketing, branding, all that fun stuff.
Great. Okay, well,
Okay.
I don't know that we hit everything, but I think we did pretty well. We shared some wins. We talked about some books we're reading. We did a hotspot. We shared upcoming events that we're doing. We talked about Now Club. Did we miss anything from anybody's recollection? We'll dial this down a little tighter as we go. This is only our 4th meeting with this new format. So anybody?
No, just happy to see Blake still here, Blake. Sure. Welcome.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Mhm.
Steve. I appreciate that.
really. Yeah, and we're not looking to make this into
She
a really big
just
group,
just
but
so you know,
special
Steve,
people.
she had to give me a reminder this morning because I'm like you without any of those
Yep.
notifications on and stuff. I told her, I was like, girl, I need a little reminder, man. I might be a leader, but I need a reminder.
And what did I
So,
say? And when you said you needed a reminder, what did I say?
get on my list. Not like that.
List? And I said, I'm
But
looking for leaders. I'm looking for people
yeah,
that
yeah,
will
that was
show
even
up,
better.
and I don't have to, I'm not looking for, I don't want to babysit.
Yeah. That's she did say that.
Congratulations to everybody who's here because you got here.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for that reminder though. I really needed it.
Yep. You're welcome. One
Yeah.
time.
That's all right. I mean, now I know maybe I can just put that into my repertoire now, right?
That's, I have my phone rings 3 times in the hour before this because I do try to put the reminder on the chat. But yeah, use your calendars, people. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Appreciate all of you. We did get this recorded. This will go up probably later today. I have to get my system down for getting these up on the website. But they have to go into YouTube first, so it's a little bit of a process. I would love to, unless somebody else has a request for a hot seat next week. Anybody right now? Okay, next week I may go through my new Trello system that I use to use Nowsite. Again, in service of anybody that wants to potentially copy what I'm doing, and also in ask of maybe areas of improvement or how I could monetize it, because I do have people saying, this is amazing, I want to use this, but I'm struggling with how do I monetize something like that. So unless somebody else comes up with something more urgent, and that can happen, that might be what we do next week for a hot seat. Anybody? Let me know. I'm here for all of you anytime. You are my special people and you know how to reach me. So we'll talk again soon. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Have a great day. TGIM, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great day.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leanne.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Leanne.
Yep.